Hello there folks, I'm Scott Lynch and welcome to my channel. Today's video is pretty much going to be about how we use a sling. This is a sling that I have here. Sling has got 6 tier straps just like this with 4 different colors. However, we have figured out whenever we use this, try out different colors. I'm going to show you today how we use these different colors. 1 to get to the bathtub, 2 to get to my bed, and number 3, I can no longer transfer out of my chair on my own. So I am going to show you how I use it differently whenever I get onto the toilet. One other thing I will show you too, I will show you a preview of what I'm going to offer you next week. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started now. Okay, the first clip I'm going to show you all is how we get into my bathtub. As you can see, the lift track is up high in the ceiling. We have enough room to where I can use these black straps and have plenty of room left over for my head to go in. If I was going to use one of these blue straps, unfortunately the lid would be right in my face the whole time. This is one thing we found out through experimentation. So we'll go ahead and start loading the lift now. My mom has a few things to say about the sling as well.
There's a right side and a wrong side to it. The right side that goes against him is more plush. The back side has straps that you can grab a hold of that help maneuver.
One thing I do whenever we put the lift, the first thing I need to do, make sure to go ahead and take the seatbelt off. So I can lean forward a little bit easier whenever we put the lift on.
And I get the back side ready so when he leans forward I can push it down behind him. Get the top up where it needs to be. I keep a hand in front and I usually have a foot underneath the wheel to keep it from moving around. Tuck that down behind him and then he can sit back up.
I've learned it's easier for me to go out and lean forward or lean over to the side whenever they tuck in the Hoyer lift or the sling behind me. And she also makes sure whenever she wraps around my leg that she goes right underneath my leg. I've had a few people that done before, they typically wrap it around the edge of the chair, which is no good.
Well, I've done that before too. So you just feel underneath his leg there and make sure you just get underneath the leg and not the chair. We don't need the whole chair going up.
There are several different ways to hook one of these lifts up, one of the slings up. However, like I said, this is what works out best for us. I encourage you all to go ahead and try different ways to hook it up yourself. That way you can find out what works best for you.
So we put the little extra hooks on here. It makes it a lot easier to get the straps on and off with. I put the leg strap and his waist strap in the front. Lower it down a little bit. And his back straps are on the single hook on that one.
This is probably a good time to point out, like I said, we use these black straps to give me a little bit more clearance. As you can tell, if we had it hooked on these blue straps, this lift would be right in my head. So we give ourselves a little bit of room by using black.
I usually lift him up a little bit to get the pressure off of his feet here, and then I can get his feet undone easily. And if he stays leaned back, he doesn't fall through. But sometimes it's easy to do. And then I get his chair out of the way.
One thing that's hard to eat about this thing, the way we have it hooked up is very mobile, which comes in handy for whenever we don't transfer it out of the chair. But also it's a little bit fun for me to play with. And you see, he doesn't take much effort at all for me to sling around, slide around, side to side this chair. The only problem, whenever I start to slide around this chair, I start to slide just a little bit. Whenever I slide out, start to slide through, don't have as much clearance. If I want to, I do have the remote control here as well to play with it. Anyways, let's go ahead and show you how we get to our next sling. Alright, now the second part of the video that I'm going to show, the same way that we get to the Hoyer lift. Basically, the Hoyer lift is the apparatus for the mobile lift that we have to pick you up out of your chair, or I use the same sling. This is the same sling I already have it on from what I just got out of the bathtub just now. That's what we do whenever I do that number. As we saw in the last video, I was starting to slide through quite a bit. I'm still slid through, so I'll go ahead and I'll lean forward and get that tucked behind me once again. As you can see, she does a few minute adjustments on there. And get that straight, so I'll bring on the Hoyer lift. This Hoyer lift is coming in very handy, something I use quite a bit, well worth the money. As you can see, we're hooking this time up the blue straps. And that's because I don't have that much space once this lifts me up to get into the bed. Another feature that I found that comes in quite handy, I always make sure to lift my arms up out of this harness and over top of the first strap there. It helps me from sliding through.
And don't put straps all on one side. If you do, if he moves, it swings this around, and he has been knocked in the head a couple of times.
Just a few.
Let me put you in the bed. Lay you down there.
Sure.
I didn't have his feet down in the bottom of the chair like I did a while ago when we were in the bathroom. So I lift him up, and I just push that chair out of the way with my foot. And get out of the way. And I turn him around so his knees don't hit this, what's that called? Hydraulic part of the lift. And then on the carpet, it's hard to push. So once I get the wheels going the direction I need it to go, I just kind of hop and skip on around.
One little trick that has been pointed out to us before, somebody has already mentioned getting the office desk chair mat. Well, there's a clear mat that you put underneath the office desk to make wheels move easier on this hard carpet. And a little bit more beneficial for her.
So I'll push him up until he's up next to the mattress, and if I don't watch, he swings very easily, and he'll either hit his head or hit his legs, so you kind of have to do both at the same time. Get his legs turned around there, and then finish pushing him the rest of the way. And then I just slowly let him slide down.
And now I'm all the way in the bed where my head hits the board.
You want to go back up now?
Sure. God,
Anyway, you take the straps off the same way, and then I roll him from side to side to get the harness from out from behind his back. And you're sliding through again. That's as far as it goes. So if you start to slide through, you just kind of have to wiggle off.
pretty much the same way that we got in.
And I always keep him pointed that direction until I get the chair under him, because sometimes his legs kick and it hurts when you hit that. So then I'll wait and turn him around.
Especially if I don't have shoes on first.
Yeah, first thing in the morning. You can open that valve here a little bit to lower it. Just turning it a little bit gets it going down slow. While he's still got some weight on the harness or on the sling, it gives me more flexibility to get his legs in. So then I finish lowering him after that. Making sure you keep his head away from that. He's learned too to be still and not jerk too much, or because we have hit his forehead on this several times. And then just kind of do the opposite. You want to take it off?
We're gonna show one more thing how we use the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
And also, if you like what you've seen so far, please give me a thumbs up or leave any comments. And if you would, please subscribe and see a few more things. The last thing we're going to show you is how I go to the bathroom using this same sling. Obviously, I'm not going to the bathroom, like I said. I'm just going to show you how we tip to go. Basically, is what we'll use. I'll get the blue strap right here. We'll use blue on this one, green on the middle one, and blue again on the shoulders. This makes it fairly easy for me to go to the bathroom. One thing I've also learned, it's also easier to go and get your pants pressed the way down. You don't want any article of clothing between you and the lift, or else it makes it twice as hard to go to the bathroom.
Too much noise. Kind of a tight space in here, but we make it work.
I've also learned to close the shade for the window, otherwise I get a great view of the backyard.
We've got just enough room in here to maneuver this around and straddle the toilet with it. Keeping his legs straight. And when he gets to that point there, the feet are up against the wall almost, hit the lock on the brake, and then I'll go ahead and flip those wheels around because it has a tendency to want to come this way. So I'll flip both of those wheels around, lift up on it just enough to get them around so now it won't go anywhere.
And like I said, it's easier to have your pants halfway down. That way, whenever it comes time to do your business, your pants are a little bit easier to go ahead and move down.
So typically I'd have a towel around him and I'd help get his pants down. He's covered, and then you usually grab a hold of that and start to sit down as I'll turn this little thing and start lowering him as soon as he gets like he wants to be. Make sure that's good and straight, and it's still coming down slowly, and he hangs on to that, and it's locked there again, making sure the wheels are right, and he's pretty, doesn't look like it, but he's pretty stable there, and then he's able to,
I can let myself up using this lift as well. I'm ready to do around, do whatever I need to. Get the business part of it done. So on and so forth. I don't believe I can show any more details of what I have without getting into trouble.
but you're able to do it on your own, so that's good.
That's pretty much. Yeah, like I said, any questions, comments, please let me know what's up. I hope this has been beneficial to a few people out there. This is how I found it best for me to use. But of course, if you're going to use one yourself, please go ahead and try out different colors and figure out what works best for you. We also use the toilet for a few other things around the house. Let's say if there's a piece of furniture that is a little heavy that we need to lift up, we could use the toilet for that as well. I myself am about 200 pounds, so I can lift pretty much anything around that weight up. There also have been a few times where I've fallen out of my chair, and in which space I have used the Hoyer lift to help get me back into the chair. I'm not going to show that today, simply because I don't plan on falling out right now. Like I said, I'd like to show a small preview of what I intend to do next week, so I'll add that in right here. Hello there folks, I'm Scott Lynch and welcome to my channel. Today's video topic is going to be fairly short. I'm going to describe how I like to go on Audible, listen to books on Audible. And I'm also going to describe one book, give a little preview review of what I think about that book. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Also, if anybody out there has any comments, questions, please leave that in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up, and of course I'd love it if you subscribe to help me help out more people. Thank you for watching.